Okay, so you're going to create a fun typography project that's like, say, a Christmas ornament. Okay, so what I've done is I've created this, and it's strictly going to be made from text. So that's text that's actual words or text that is symbols, those dingbat fonts. So that's all you're going to use for this. No clip art, no pictures, nothing else. Okay, so you are required to have at least 3 of the 4 different font styles. So serif, sans serif, display, script. So at least 3 of the 4. And then you're going to decorate using some dingbats. So you can see that these shapes are actually dingbat fonts. And then what I've done is convert them. So I've just right-clicked them and converted them to shapes. And I can't do it because I've already done it, but like on this one, for instance, convert to shape. And then it would turn it into a shape. But you can see these came from letters. And decorate it up. I added layer styles to some of these, rotated some of these. Some of the text is rotated, some of the text is warped. See your scoring guide for all of that stuff. But what you are going to have to do is install some custom fonts that you think really fit you. And remember, this is going to be about you. It should be your family, 2020, however you want to go about that. On the example, on the handout, I give you some examples of some like terms if you want to go kind of the whole COVID thing on it. But if you're on DeFont and you're on a Chromebook, you're going to download your font. So I have Hollies and Berries here. And I'm on the computer, so I'm going to save it to my Google Drive to my Zero Photoshop folder. But if you're on your Chromebook, it's probably just going to go to your drive, and you can drag it into your Photoshop folder if you want. And you're going to hit save. And then you're going to go to easyzip.com and unzip the file. And you're going to choose that zip file. So hopefully that's in your Zero Photoshop folder, Holly and Berries. Hit open. And then you hit extract. And then you give it a minute. And then here are all the files in there. And you're looking for the OTF or the TTF font file. So here's Holly and Berries TTF. I'm going to hit save. And then now it's going to give me Holly and Berries TTF that I can put in my Drive or in your Zero Photoshop. I would strongly recommend you moving it to your Photoshop folder. Okay, so now I've got it downloaded. Again, I'm doing it on computer, but it's the same on your Chromebook. Now if I'm in Photopea and I want to use that font, I'm going to choose my text box, come up here to the drop down arrow, and go to Load Font. And then go get it from your folder. So Hollies and Berries TTF, there it is. Open that, and it says you want to use it next time. I'll say yes. It says Font Holly and Berries loaded. And as long as I'm on the same computer or the same Chromebook, it will be in there. So now if I come down here, I'll have Hollies and Berries. It'll put it in alphabetical order. So you can scroll down. There's a lot. Or you can type like part of the word, Hollies and Berries. And there it is. And then I'm ready to create my text with that one. So I can create my text box, type in my name, come up here, go to my drop down, and there's my Hollies and Berries. And I can make my size, I can do my warping or whatever else I have to do to it, and so forth. So that's how you put that font in there from Photopea. So that was in Photopea. Now here is in Photoshop. So Photoshop, you don't put the font into Photoshop. You put the font on the computer, okay? So you cannot go to the drop down arrow, and there's not a way to add fonts in here the same way we do it in Photopea. You got to go to the folder outside of Photoshop. So I'm going out to my Google Drive folder from out in here, and then I can take that same Hollies and Berries, but I'm going to double click it, and I'm going to hit install. And here at school, you have rights to do that in this classroom, but not like everywhere. I don't think you could do it in the library. If you were in the library, you'd have to go use Photopea, for instance. But now, Holly and Berries should just be one of my fonts. So once I double click it and install it, now if I come up here and choose it, I can just start typing it if I know the name of it, Holly and Berries, there it is. And then I can, you know, change my size or whatever I need to do. Okay? So that's basically how you do it in the 2 different programs. Just remember, you load it into Photopea and it's just in the program. In Photoshop, you load it to the computer. Computers have their own fonts already installed. And then that's it. That's what you're going to do for this project. So you want to have some creative fonts, find some fun fonts, especially holiday fonts. You can type free holiday fonts just about anywhere. Unzip those to get the TTF or OTF file. Install it if you're on Windows, or load it if you're in Photopea. So I look forward to seeing your projects.